For 2019 game day routine. Cheerleaders.
There's something I wanted to ask you, and I can't think what it is. Welcome to Indian Hill High School, and the first time I think that they've had this event. This is called an in-school duel. The meet that is following the performance of the competitive cheerleaders. And so we're going to be getting the wrestling mat uncovered here. I'm Dave Bean. I'm bringing you the voice version of what's going down on the mat. And I'd like to welcome all of you to today's really exciting event. This is a really big deal. The school has brought out its Braves headdress entryway to bring the team out in. We've got another Indian mascot from Anderson, the Anderson Redskins. So we've got kind of the war of the Native Americans, and the cheerleaders just finished a fine routine, couple routines out there. Did a nice job with it, and we're going to have the teams coming on the mat here pretty soon. I see Coach Nate Iger walking around the gym. I don't know whether he's looking to find the opponent or not, but he was headed over toward where I think they are. So we'll see here in a bit. So far, the Redskins have not taken mat time. They've undoubtedly been back in the warm-up area, getting stretched out and ready for competition. There's Coach Iger crossing the mat, picking up remnants of the cheer event. This is kind of a cool thing. Cheerleaders just rolled up the mat they use, and they're carrying them out. They're carrying them out themselves, which is really a good sign. Of course, that tells me a lot about the type of mats that are being used today. I go back into the 60s actually, and in those days it took six guys and 4 assistants and a truck to move wrestling mats. Today they can be picked up and carried by cheerleaders, and of course those girls are highly competitive as well. They do a lot of gymnastics and so forth. There goes the Braves mascot across the floor. This is really a great thing. Just a few moments ago, they let the kids out of class and they poured through the doors. It was nice and quiet in here, and all at once we were inundated by a whole bunch of kids who were, I think, glad to see the end of the school day come, and they're going to enjoy the last part of the day here with this dual meet. This is something that used to be done in the past quite a lot. This is the first time I've seen an in-school duel, probably, I don't know, at least 15 years. And this is done on a much bigger production than what you see in the old days. We just let the kids sit in the stands and put the mat out and start wrestling. Now we've got we're approaching the highly professionalized. There come the bad guys. They ought to be wearing black uniforms and black hats. This is a pretty tough thing for the Anderson Redskins, who have a new head coach. Well, he was new last year. This is Jacob Porter. Jacob was an assistant at Anderson for several years, and when Matt McIntyre moved over to take on the responsibility at Mason, Jacob was in a good position to step forward and continue the program that he'd helped get restarted quite some time ago.
Dr. Watson,
we're going to
Miss Chantel, Mr. Brockman, Mr. Dodd,
I guess we're
Mrs. Malone, Mrs. Savage, Mr. Reader.
Oh, we have Dad's Club coming out. Go with their sons to the mat. That's pretty nice. Or
Mrs. Schoenauer and Mrs. Burgess. Please come down the tunnel, stand for a wrestler.
we have, I don't know, I guess that's Indian Hill staff down there, not parents. They're going to welcome the team to the mat. I That's a great move. Kids are all on their feet. You got cheering wildly for their heroes. And well-deserved, because the Braves have come a long way in the last few years. They're the defending Cincinnati Hills League champions. They've competed very effectively throughout the general area. And just earlier this season, they participated in the Swoka Glen Sample Holiday Classic down at Harrison and got a lot of valuable experience. In the middle of the mat right now, we have the referee and the captains of the two teams. They're going to flip the disc, and one's red-sided and the other side's green. I'm not sure how Indian Hill handles this here, but usually green is designated the home team and red the visiting team. Since Indian Hill has a predominantly red uniform, I'm not sure who will have the choice at the start of the second period. It alternates. With one team having the choice first and the next team having it at the next weight class. I know that we're going to start today's wrestling at 152 pounds. Over the last number of years, they draw the sequence of weights back in the locker room, because that way they can be sure to get all the kids present on the mat and have them have a fair share at the best part of the crowd. Now doing the national anthem.
The award-winning premieres.
Being performed by the Indian Hill Women's at the table at our desk, as Anderson has changed several of their wrestlers to different weights to cover more weights. And looks like I'm trying to make a change here as I'm trying to get the first match underway at 152 pounds. For Anderson, as I said before, we've got Dan Sheard, we've got a freshman at 152, James Zander, and he's going against Dan Sheard of Indian Hill. Sheard has a varsity record, and since Zander is a freshman, he's obviously not got that kind of a record. It's not terribly confusing in uniforms. The Braves, Indian Hill, is on the red and black. The Anderson Redskin uniform is pretty well solid black. It does have an outline of the state of Ohio on the back of it. It's one of the things that I've had a great deal of concern about over the years, is it's hard to tell, if you don't know the teams, it's hard to tell the situation. There's a takedown. Takedown, Dan Sheard, Indian Hill. You got a nice little dump there. Zander almost turned Sheard very early on, but Sheard fought through. He kept control of the elbow and picked up his own takedown. Start re-wrestling with 30 seconds left here in the first period. There's Zander. Zander's come to his feet and gets an escape. So here is still in the first period. James Zander of Anderson trails 2-1. About to run out of time here in the first period, and at that point, one team will have the choice. Sheard had the choice. He deferred to Zander, allowing Zander to make his choice here in the second period. Zander will have the defense. He chooses the defensive position. Sheard's rolling both wrists under. Comes out to the outside, run out of bounds.
Out of bounds, reset.
Restart out in the middle of the mat. Dan Sheard. As I said, it's a sophomore. He earned a varsity letter. And we have a caution on the bottom man. Started before the referee let him get started. You get a caution, and a second caution will cost you a point. Sheard needs to get outside the body line if he's going to turn. Good control, but that's actually there. He's working for the tilt, and Zander almost pulled off a dangerous reversal. thinks there's a good chance of a pin, but Xander rolled out of it. And we have a warning for stalling on the bottom man. That's interesting. It's an interesting call because the bottom man was being smothered by the offensive wrestler who was in line with the body, and it made little attempt to turn him. The whistle blows and start again. Sheard again is still in line. He's sitting there on the hips, controlling the waist, and not. There, he's got a half Nelson on now anyway, and as a result of having that half Nelson, puts himself outside the body line. He's working the turn without any success, and so at the end of 2 periods, Dan Sheard of Indian Hill has a 2-1 advantage as they enter the third period. If the score remains this way, then of course Sheard's the winner. It's possible that may change. Sheard gets out into a good switch position.
Reversal, 2 points.
Picks up the reversal and extends his lead to 4-1. Again, his ride. Now he steps outside. His ride is still pretty blanketing of Xander. Sheard's spending putting half his weight on his knees. He needs to transfer that weight up onto Xander's head by coming up onto his toes and putting pressure on the head, which is where he's going to be able to. There, we've got a warning for stalling on Dan Sheard. So each of the wrestlers has a stall warning. We'll have a situation here a little bit later. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the change in the calling of stalling. It's interesting, the entire Indian Hill student body is on their feet, and they appear to be really excited for this team. Which, as I say, Sheard's got the half in pretty deep, but he's still spending a lot of weight on his knees, and the half Nelson is not quite deep enough. The referee now is counting. He's now got a 3-point near fall. It hasn't been awarded, but it's there. And there he picks up the pin. So Indian Hill opens up in the first match with a pin in the third period for Dan Sheard. We'll take a look right now and see this match, the finish of this match. You can see that Sheard has a half Nelson in, the far side trap, picking the head up. He's a little bit far across. It gives Xander a little bit of room to roll, but now he's flattened it out a lot better. Picked up the far arm. There's the fall. Nice job by Dan Sheard. Picks up a big win. Starts this thing off right. Starts it up off right for the Braves. Okay, we have Jack Cinchel is a senior, and he's out here. He's a 3-9 record this year for Indian Hill. For the Redskins, we have Adam Harm. Anderson picks up. Adam Harm is a senior. There's a big advantage to age in the sport, but increasingly we find freshmen able to compete with seniors at the highest levels. Here we have, though, Adam Harm, a senior, trying to get a cradle in, and Jack Sitchell gets out, gets a reversal of his own, picks up, ties the match with 40 seconds left in the first period, 2-2. And once again, we have a situation where, we've got an illegal hold by Sitchell. His hands touched in a full Nelson. We have an illegal hold. That puts Harm out in front. Harm stood up. Sitchell snaps him down to maintain control. But once again, we have an offensive position. And again, Green is warned for stalling, mainly because he hasn't come off his belly. As long as he's down on his belly, the referee is going to force him to make an attempt to counter and seek to get a reversal. But Harm wasn't doing that in the referee's position, so we start the second period. Adam Harm with Anderson with a 3-2 lead over Jack Sitchell of Indian Hill. Harm now working hard to get a half in. Sitchell's covering up pretty good underneath now. Again, Sitchell's a senior also. I had him as a sophomore originally, but he's a senior. So we've got two experienced kids out here. Harm actually is wrestling up a weight class. And Sitchell picks up a reversal and has a half Nelson in. Locking up a cradle. And he's got a pretty good cradle on. And Harm is in real danger. And it just came away. Sitchell comes up with a second pin in a row for the Indian Hill Braves. Nice cradle. Let's see if we get the replay on this. There's the reversal. And Harm left his arm up around the neck and uses Sitchell used the arm over his head to enhance his own cradle. So Harm not only gave up the reversal, he gave Sitchell a prime opportunity to pick up the second fall for the Braves.
Senior captain John Mark Williams.
Okay, here we go. 170 pounds. This is here we have at 170 pounds John Mark Williams, who is the local hero without question and deservedly so. John's a senior and has won tons of medals. Last year, he placed 7th in the state of Ohio, and more recently this year at the Swoka Glen Sample Swoka Glen Sample tournament, 42-team tournament. He ended up 4th in that tournament and did a fine job. Williams got the takedowns and now continues to dominate here at 170 pounds. This is a freshman. Well, now I'm confused. I
Reset.
vision sheet. I gotta find the right name. This is Evan McHugh, a junior, wrestling for Anderson at 182 pounds. John Mark Williams picks up a bar. He's got a bar in on the near side. Referee cautions him to keep it as a potentially dangerous hold. If that shoulder had rolled forward, it would have been pretty dangerous for McHugh. John Mark Williams is a really athletic individual. Plays football, and I think I had a chance to talk with him last spring after the state tournament. I think he's the highest placing wrestler, at least in Indian Hill history. And so at the end of the period, the score has John Mark Williams ahead 4-0 over Evan McHugh. I see what it is. That's not McHugh. That's Brock Vogel, the freshman, wrestling for Anderson. Their change sheet didn't come in very clear, and we're still scrambling to try and figure out just who is out there. But it appears to me that it's Brandon James appears that it's Brock Vogel at 100. No, that would be Brock Vogel. I don't know. We've got 3 changes here, and I can't tell which it is. We're just going to make him the Anderson wrestler, who now has turned into John Mark Williams, picked up the leg, and Williams comes back and steps over the attempted reversal. McHugh scored an escape there, got into a neutral position. McHugh comes in, trying to get a double on Williams. That didn't work very well. I was noticing, I think statistically, John Mark Williams doesn't give up very many takedowns. I know in the semifinals of the Glenn Sample tournament, he did have one match where he got dominated on his feet. That was in the semifinals, and kept him out of the finals. So I'm sure he started working. Now he's got the bar and wrist, getting the back point count. Get out of bounds, but Williams, being an experienced wrestler, knows how to keep turning him back in and maintain the scoring as it goes. And at the end of the second period, John Mark Williams leads his opponent Anderson 11-1. Now that makes if it stayed right here, if it ended at this point, this would be a major victory for John Mark Williams. If it's a simple decision, it's a 3-point team victory. A major victory occurs when the score for one wrestler gets to 8 to 14 points, and that makes it a major victory. Now, John Mark Williams is closing in on a technical fall. A technical fall occurs when the score ends up being a 15-point spread. And it looks like John Mark is working either for that tech fall, or maybe he's going to be satisfied to end it all. Although he's had a bit of an issue this year. It's very hard when you're a highly talented wrestler. It's very hard to always find a great competition to continually get better. So it may very well be that there he's got that wrist in half again. He really likes that. He gets his hip in under nicely. And he can also go into a tilt series from here. There's the second part. Referee stops.
Reset, center match. Less than 1 minute to go in the match. Less than 1 minute.
And there's the restart. This is Indian Hill Braves Wrestling coming to you from their in-school duel here at Indian Hill Gym. This is 170 pounders on the mat with the stalwart leader of the Braves, John Mark Williams, pretty well in control against his Anderson opponent.
I'll tell you what. That moves the team score to 17-0. That's not
always
182 pounds left.
You really have to work on a particular facet of the game.
Will take a break. Take a nap. For your Braves, with a record of 11-10, and member of the Braves football team, sophomore Nate Berger.
Another one of those takedowns
brought to you by the Rock Trial team.
So now we move to 182 pounds. And it looks like we've got Ash Sudduth, who is a freshman here wrestling for Anderson, and his opponent from Indian Hill is Nathan Berger, a sophomore. He's got an even record this year. Basically, he's led it.
Nate Berger for 2 points for the takedown. Then he locked hands, left down.
We had a
penalty point goes to the Redskins. Berger in control, 2-1.
Berger got the takedown, but then locked hands, which is from the offensive position you can't do, and got a penalty point against him. And that then continues with the no. This is Brock Vogel wrestling at 182 pounds. Brock Vogel.
Warning, red stalling. Reset.
Minute left in this period. Nathan Berger, as a sophomore, has a lot of talent. He's very strong, he's very quick, and showing there's a nice snap down, looking for the spin by. And Vogel continues to block the spin by. I think these are both small.
President awarded is 82 points, tied up 2-all.
I think they probably both, well, I know that
2 points Berger.
Vogel weighed in lighter than 182, and I have to believe that Barger is a light 82 also. But here you see a difference in the riding. Vogel.
Reset after the first period.
Berger spends a lot more time up on his toes and puts a lot more pressure on Vogel than the pressure that's been on. Certainly in a couple previous weight classes, they didn't have quite the pressure on. And it has an idea of how supportive the school is of the wrestling team. Everybody's still on their feet. That's a good sign. That's a good thing.
Quarter up, 6-2.
Nathan Berger picks up another takedown and extends his lead to 6-2. Working on that. Trying to get into a half Nelson and wrist series. I'm sure that he's pretty accustomed to that since every day he would be wrestling John Mark Williams, and that's got to toughen you up. You find that where you have really, the key to success in wrestling is the practice room. No two ways around it. The really great competitors meet competitors, tournament champions, the guys that have been pushed hard in the wrestling room. And that's a really tough lesson that has to be learned, especially by the guys that end up not getting into the meet. They pay the price every day, and it can be very discouraging. It's a tough job that coaches have to manage all the time. So I'm sure that Coach Iger is working hard on supporting the guys that make it possible for the most successful wrestlers to advance. And at the same time, Coach Porter at Anderson is dealing with a lot of freshmen, and that's a really tough thing to start, to be competing with a large number of freshmen. I count 3, 4, 5, 6 freshmen and a couple of seniors.
At the end of the second period,
the rest scattered.
Final period.
It's a lot of freshmen. Of course, that also means that there'll be a lot of seniors at some point.
Porter lets him up to start the third period. 8-5.
Nathan Barger continues his domination here, 8-5 over Brock Vogel of Anderson. That's Berger with the scarlet and black uniform. He's got working on a front headlock series. Going to try and spin by again. He needs to get that crossface in and trap off the far tricep, make it a little bit more effective. Vogel kept his head down. You can't win with your head down. Not in that situation. But now Vogel comes in, gets into a single. If Vogel changed over to a double, well, doesn't make a difference if he's on his belly. So Berger gives him an escape. They go back to their feet. It's a 10-6 match. And that's a nice underhook and throw by Nathan Barger. Berger picks up another pin for the Braves of Indian Hill. They're extending their lead.
And that brings us to the 195
At this point, Indian Hill leads Anderson 22. As we get ready, here you're going to see the last part of that 182-pound match.
The champion of the series takes the last minute. 52 career wins.
12-4 on the season, and he was a district alternate last year. This is Ash Suddeth from Anderson, and Ash is a freshman. And a freshman at this weight against a senior at this weight is a very difficult task, to say the least. And there's the strength factor. Charlie Lindbergh got into literally a bear hug and put Suddeth on his back. Picked up a takedown, near fall points, and leads at this point 7-1, with Suddeth's only point coming because Lindbergh surrendered it to go back to his feet. Lindbergh now has Suddeth on his back in a very tight situation. And picks up the ball. Extends their lead to 35 because of a forfeit. And now we come to the big boys. These are the 285-pounders. This is the top weight. And the way this match started, we started at 152 pounds. And we're moving through now. After this match, we'll end up moving back to the 106-pounders. Here we have Kevin Stone of Anderson. Kevin, I think, won the Edgewood Invitational this last week. And is an accomplished wrestler. He's a senior. Jack Hankin, Matt Brightus is a junior, and these are, again, Brightus, okay, Matt Brightus.
Reset, center-man neutral.
Back on their feet, Stone with a 2-1 lead, and snaps down and picks up a takedown and gives up the escape again, makes it a 4-2 match. Brightus is operating from a distinct lack of experience, it appears, at least in comparison to what Stone brings to the mat. Stone's a good, very, very solid wrestler, very quick. That's an essential thing for guys that compete at the 285-pound class, and they're both of them are fairly small for heavyweights. Neither one of them is close to the 285-pound limit. We're back into a neutral tie-up. Stone leads 6-3 over Brightus. And they snap and spin. Stone push that weight up high, it's like trying to do, well, it's exactly that. You're trying to get off your back, and it didn't work. Kevin Stone picks up the first offensive points for Anderson with a pin at 285 pounds over Matt Brightus of Indian Hill.
That takes our team score to 35 points in Indian Hill.
Good pinning combination by Stone. Very solid. Now, Indian Hill doesn't have a 106-pounder, and so they forfeit 6 points to Anderson. That gives the Redskins 12 points. Makes the team score 35-12 in favor of the Indianville Braves. And we move on to the 13th class. Here we have Cooper Jessup, a senior, and he has a winning record this year so far. He's already committed to wrestling next year at Gettysburg College, and he's also committed to getting a takedown here over Bradley Caldwell of Anderson.
Takedown 2 points, let's go.
See, there's a place for guys of all sizes, and Cooper Jessup is he's a guy that I'm sure a collegiate coach looks at. The smallest weight class they have in college is 126. Jessup is tall enough and long enough that with additional strength that they'll find in the weight room, grow into that weight class pretty conveniently. And it's another win for the Braves. And Hill moves out to a commanding 41-12 lead. But now we pick up another forfeit for the match as Anderson doesn't send 120 out. And
winning by forfeit for the Braves.
So
freshman Sean Castro.
The lead is extended to 47-12. And immediately at 106 pounds. And coming out from the bench, Spencer Magliaro. And from Anderson, we've got Kane Monk, the sophomore.
At 26, Evan Upchurch for the Redskins. And for your Indianville Braves, with a 10-8 record, a member of the Braves cross country and track and field team, Junior Spencer Magliaro.
These two guys, these guys are almost a duplicate of one another in terms of their physical structures. They're both long, tall kids. Magliardo picks up a quick takedown. And cuts his opponent, Monk. Puts Monk on his feet so he can work on it. So Spencer can spend his time, obviously, in what he prefers, and that's another takedown with a little head tap and double. And he's going to do it again and an escape. Move back to the center of the mat. I don't think we're going to have an issue here over. Give me a chance to talk about the new rules for stalling on the feet. We've seen the referee call stalling on the mat when the bottom man stays flat or the top man stays just in line and rides the wrist. Magliardo back in on a single to picks up the takedown. But again, he's getting a lot of weight on his knees. There, that's better. Much more pressure on the opponent. Makes him work a lot harder when he goes up on his toes. One of the things that has been criticized often here of late has been the amount of stalling that's conducted on the feet. People play on the mat edge. And maybe we'll have an opportunity to see this take place here in this school. But be that as it may, the National Federation has clarified the rules on stalling on the feet. Basically, it says that if you back off the mat, it's a point against you. If you are driven off the mat, the guy that does the driving is penalized. And if you end up off the mat just because you're wrestling, then there's no stalling. It's a bit of a clarification. Now we have a good example here. Kane Monk is now interested in trying to get even. He hits into a crossface, looking for a crossface cradle. But gave up a reversal to Magliardo. And Magliardo has the wrist and a half. Monk rolls through it. They both go back to their feet. 8-3. Spencer Magliardo out in front. Monk tried a little bit of a set. Magliardo hits a set, gets in, and overpowered Monk in that one. That was just a question of forcing his will on the takedown. Now there's the problem. He's on the knees, up and into the guy, and Monk ends up with a reversal. And though Magliardo had picked up back points, Monk ends up with a reversal, and where Magliardo was headed for a major victory, he now is looking at a simple decision. But there he slides out, slips out to the side, picks up the reversal. He's getting back points. If you watch the referee, you can see his hand there with a red wristlet on, and he had 3 fingers on the mat. And he has to wait until the whole calls a pin right at the conclusion, and he has to check to see whether time was out or not. So the referee and the 2 coaches go to the head table to discuss whether or not the pin took place. And it was decided that it was not a pin, but it was a 3-point near fall. So now we're into a 15-5 score going into the 3rd period. The pin did not count. It took place after time had expired. 10-point lead for Spencer Magliardo. That 10 points, that could be translated into a major victory, which would be worth 4 team points. If he can hold on or extend it even further.
Reset center.
And we have to stop over and check the score, I think, is what's going on. And the score remains 15-5. Either they were checking the score, they were checking to see who was down. I see the senior guys over there have been supportive. They've got the alphabet on their chest, and they've even spelled out Spencer's first name here. He's got his own posse, and judging by the reception he got when he appeared on the mat, he's a really popular guy with his fellow seniors. No, actually Spencer's a junior, so he's got his own posse, that's for sure. And again, he's running that wrist, double wrist tie, and runs the tilt. He's getting back points. Fairly close to a fall, but Oh, now he's going to tighten it up. That should tighten it out. He's looking under it. He bowed his back. He should be arching his back, pulling his head up, picking the opponent's head up. Now, pick the head up. There he goes. It would help if he would get the yeah. Now pick the head up. Oh. 18-5, a 13-point victory. That's 14 points for Spencer Magliano.
For the Anderson Redskins, sophomore Dylan Thompson. Brace now up 51-12 for the Redskins.
And the team score 51-12 in the favor of the homesteading Indian Hill Braves.
Sophomore Harris Boaz.
This is in-school duel. They've had a little bit of everything here. They've had choirs singing, they've had cheerleaders cheering, they've got wrestlers wrestling, and they've got the whole school here to take advantage of the opportunity to be away from class for this period. Their headgear popped off. And we're at 132 pounds. From Anderson is a sophomore, Dylan Thompson, and from the homestanding Braves, Fode Harris. No, Harris Fode. There we go. That one kind of caught me by surprise. Either one of those names could be first or either one could be last. Harris Fode gave up a takedown to Dylan Thompson. Fode's a sophomore, and Thompson is a sophomore also. These two will see one another a number of times over the next 2 years. And winning this match is pretty doggone important to both of them because, you kind of like to have bragging rights. And since the schools are close to one another, they should be seeing one another on a fairly regular basis each year. Go back to the middle. Fode in the defensive position, being ridden hard by Dylan Thompson. Thompson's got a lot of forcing him to carry a lot of weight, and he carries more of his weight on his toes. Now there he got stretched out. That's what happens when you get stretched out. The only problem was Fode didn't get his head higher than Thompson. Thompson managed to maintain elevation, and by doing that, he could maintain control. Thompson's looking to pull a wrist in, and Fode is doing a really good job. I'm sorry. Thompson got that reversal and has been really tough on the wrist. But he's got weight on his knees again. Two at the end of the first. Fode's choice. Third. Thompson takes it down. Out of bounds. There, stepped out. Out of bounds. The score remains 2-2. Dylan Thompson of Anderson, Harris Fode of Indian Hill. Fode sits out. Looks for a switch position. Thompson follows through, looks for a cradle. That's the first time I've seen somebody throw a leg in. Thompson breaks Foe down using that cross-body ride. And now there's a big gap between Thompson and Foe. There's too much space taking place between the hips out there. Foe kind of half rolled through, helped by Thompson. He's looking maybe for a bit of a stack. Foad. Okay. Foad. Harris. And picks up a single out of bounds. That should have been in it. Thought he scored. Thought he gave another score out there, but not. 25 seconds left here in the second period. Harris did a pretty good job of bridging there, keep his shoulders from the proximity to the mat. Thompson looking to tilt.
And at the end of the second period, we're still all tied up, 2-2.
These two sophomores have battled themselves into the third period. It's 2-2 now, still. And Harris Foad takes the top. Thompson, there was a caution, Foad.
Reset. Caution, reset. Wait for whistle.
Thompson, kind of a little bit of a deep and roll, comes around, ends up in a switch position, gets the reversal, takes a 4-2 lead. Stepped right on top, picked up the reversal, and has a hamper. Now he's got a wrist trap. He's in a position where he could have put Thompson on his back. But there, gets stopped for a potentially dangerous hammerlock. We're down to a minute 11 seconds, tied 4-4 here in this 132-pound weight. Dylan Thompson, sophomore. Harris Foad. Foad's got to get his leg back. This is a roll him around right here. Thompson almost had the reversal. Foad retains control. These two guys are going to enjoy wrestling one another for years. Oh my. Harris Foad is trying to tilt in a manner that gets you in trouble. Thompson stands up. Foad takes two legs. Now he's got to move up from there. Or it'll be one for stall. He does. He moves up. Foad's attempting that tilt series with a trap to arm across Thompson's body and then to bridge through it. He's not pulled the body in tight enough yet to make it work. And guys that tries to stand up and get out. And here's our first overtime of the day. We go for a minute. And first victory, first score wins. Any kind of score from a positive standpoint. So if your opponent is penalized, you win. If you score, you win. Now's when takedowns really matter. There, Thompson's in on a single. Foad stretches out. Keeps his hips on top. And for Thompson to score, he's got it. There, Foad. There, the score and picks up the victory. Very nice defense. Here's Foad, your winner, at 132 pounds. Really good match. Very, very close, very tight the whole time. Good wrestling. With the victory.
At 138 pounds, sophomore, victory, JT Flynn.
51.
And for your Indian Hill Braves,
54.
representing also a member of the football team,
12.
representing the senior class, Jason Clark.
Now we come up to the last match of the day. No, this is 138. We've got 2 more to go. This is 138 pounds. And no takedown there at the edge of the mat. We go out of bounds. 138 pounds from Indian Hill. Jason Clark, the senior, who's running about an even Steven senior year. From Anderson, J.T. Glenn, who's a sophomore. And Glenn comes out and gets the takedown.
Takedown, Redskins, 2-0.
Glenn is a sophomore, but he's got good mat presence. He's got good body position right there. And almost had back exposure points, back points. Now he's just kind of hanging on, and that may not be what he really needs to be doing. They move back to the middle. They're out of bounds. And
1 point escape, Jason Clark.
Clark sits and turns, and Glenn actually kind of surrendered that those points to that point. Now we're coming into that position where we were talking about before, getting close to the edge of the mat. The idea is you're supposed to stay out in the middle of the mat and wrestle. If you get out there and play the out of bounds line, if you back out, like now they're wrestling right there. That's not a problem. But the thing that shows up is that Glenn now has backed up twice toward that mat edge, and the referee's job now is to determine whether Clark is causing the movement out of bounds or whether Glenn is. And that's where a decision is going to be reached here in a bit. The idea is to stay out there and wrestle to score. That's the end of the period. And J.T. Glenn of Anderson holds a 2-1 lead over Jason Clark.
Begin second period. Redskins up 2-1.
Clark on the offense. He trails by a point here in the second period. Here at the 138-pound weight class. Boy, they work hard on the wrist and half. A little bit more pressure coming up on the toes. Come up on the toes. Keep coming up on the toes. Keep the pressure in. And we're out of bounds. Back to the middle. Clark still in control. Set. Clark snatches him back, gains control of the wrist again. Clark looking for the far side half. Keep the wrist strapped on the near side, put a half on with the far wrist. That gives you the opportunity to go back and forth, work side to side. Glenn's task at this point is to get his feet under him and come off the mat. But he's not doing that. And Clark is outside. Now he does get there he comes out. He's got an escape. His headgear got displaced.
Referee's time, equipment correction. .2 seconds, second period. Raging down, 1-3.
Set to go. We're just about at the end of the second period. J.T. Glenn of Anderson continues his domination. 3-1 lead going into the third period. And we've seen this turn around here. Going on our feet. This game said, let's go on our feet. It's 4-1. Glenn over Clark. Clark's got to get a takedown and back. That's where it is now. Snap down, almost had some stuff going. Both of these guys need to work on setting their headgears tighter. Glenn is in nicely on that single. Stepped over, he's got the hands. He's got the hands locked. Comes out, spins down, out of bounds, both up.
Rest is up 4-1, minute 20 to go, third period.
Glenn backs up again. He's been, strangely, he's putting himself at risk every time he backs up from the middle circle. Clark has got to press the, create pressure at this point. Get in deeper, he got too short. Had a decent shot for a high crotch, missed it. Now at least Clark is keeping his head up. Glenn rushing out of bounds, makes it 6-2. We're down to just the last few seconds of the third period. Yeah, I don't know whether Glenn is using somebody's headgear, somebody else's headgear, or not, but it seems to be failing. They're bringing some other headgear on.
We do have one extra match announced this just in at the conclusion of today's tool meet.
So here we go. We're all ready to go again.
Principal Domadeo and Superintendent Dr. Miles.
It's a 6-2. JT Glynn of Anderson ahead with 30 seconds left in this 138-pound match. Again, Clark got into the signal, but he's ended up short with it. He isn't continuing on through the shot. Got to get through it and around the back to create an angle. Every time Glynn backs up, Clark goes into a tie. Glynn backs up, Clark goes to his knee. He's got to get Glynn to move forward if he's going to get a decent shot. Have a caution on Glynn for backing off the mark there on the mat. That's full time. JT Glynn picks up a victory for the Anderson Redskins. Makes a team score, Indian Hill 54, Anderson 15, as we enter the last match of the day in this duel in school
sophomore Parker Brown.
I understand they did this last year in Anderson. And the 15-6 record. And second place style is we have these guys here today. 145 pounds. Parker Brown, a sophomore from Anderson, and from Indian Hill, Jaden Anderson, a senior. He was runner-up. He was in the finals at the Madeira tournament this last weekend. One of the older and prestigeful tournaments in the greater Cincinnati area. And the referee requires the shoelaces of Brown to be taped. They're supposed to be taped. That's part of the requirement. That used to be that was a and takedown and escape. And Jaden Anderson. Jaden Anderson is out to a 4-1 lead now. He gave up and escaped, came back, and got another takedown. Anderson's looking forward to a really good season this year. He's already carrying a 15-6 record, and a finals appearance at the Madeira tournament is a good mark for success, I think.
That's correct. Jake Anderson's up 4-2.
He picks up another takedown, little opposite leg single. Almost a kind of a cross between a single and a high crotch. Senior Jaden Anderson. Got the wrist strap, he's got a lever on the shoulder. Walk Parker Brown onto his back. Brown is a sophomore and pretty flexible because this is a pretty good pinning combination being put on. There it is. It ended up being a double bar. And with a pin, the Braves come away with a 60-15 team score and a great enthusiastic program for the kids here at Indian Hill High School. As the teams cross to shake hands and recognize one another. We saw some pretty good marks out here. Anderson here with a nice bar here to finish out his duel in schools, or school duel, or something like that. But it was a really great thing. Everybody was involved. You had cheerleaders, you had choirs, you had well-programmed music, very enthusiastic crowd, and the final score, Indian Hill 60, Anderson 15. I'm Dave Bean, and on behalf of all the crew at Indian Hill Television Network, I'd like to thank you for watching and look forward to seeing you down the road. Now, we have some upcoming events for you Indian Hill fans. They're finally scheduled. Tomorrow, the Braves travel to Miamisburg for a pool tournament starting at 10 o'clock. And then we've got a duel in Milford coming up, and a duel Indian Hill versus Oak Hills. And then very shortly, the Braves will be back in action to defend their Cincinnati Hill League championship from last season as they seek to do 2 in a row. So long from Indian Hill, and hope things go well for all of you. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.
Exclusive coverage of tonight's game on the Indian Hill Television Network has been a copyrighted presentation of the Indian Hill High School Video Department.